Hello everyone, and in this video we will make a review on a mobile phone Motorola C550. It's a pretty old phone. This model was released in 2003, but it was pretty functional for that time. If you take a look at the back panel, we can see that this phone has a VGA camera. Of course, for now VGA resolution it's bad, not even for photos but even as a web camera. But for that time, mostly we don't have phones which can take good photos. So, phone with a camera was a pretty functional model. For opening the back cover, we have a button on top, but it's still not easy to open it. Okay, let's try. Nothing interesting on the back cover. Let's take a look at phone. Here we see original Motorola battery, which is just without any lock, so you can just extract it. And here we see a slot for SIM card. And the interesting function here is a button for SIM extraction. So we just press it and we can slide SIM card out. Without button it's mostly impossible to slide it. And here we can see a main speaker, which is used for playing ringtones. And here also we can see the lens of our camera. Battery is pretty unstandard, with 3 connectors on its side. Let's put it back and let's assemble. Okay, the bottom side is also interesting. Here we have 2.5mm jack connector for standard Motorola charging devices. And here we have also a mini USB connector. And if we take a look at phones of that time, then we can see that having a USB connector on a phone is pretty unstandard. Mostly phones have some proprietary connectors and requires some wires for converting from proprietary connector to some standard connections for computer. But here we can see a pretty standard one. We still can find mini USB wires, so it should be easy to connect this phone to computer. But okay, let's connect it to charger and let's take a look at front panel. Display is turned on, and we can see that interface translation to Russian wasn't made very good, because we can see some incorrect pronunciation. Design is pretty interesting with sea colors and silver. Sides also have such sea color transparent parts. And pretty unusual feature here is that button of canceling our call is placed at left side, when on most phones it's on the right. Also here was a logo of Motorola, but for now it's lost, because phone is pretty old. And let's unlock it and let's see internal features. But first of all I think we should try to turn it on. As I remember, turning on is made by this red button. Yeah, it turns on. Some greetings and showing phone number of SIM card. Of course, registration in network will fail, because this SIM card is dead for many years. I think I'll make the image a little brighter to make display more visible. Okay, and first of all I think we should change language to English. Okay, we changed our language. And let's see which settings we have on this phone. First of all, we see battery saving feature, language selection, display contrast. Let's try to change. It doesn't make so many sense on these colored displays. This feature is more from phones with black and white display, because on this color display it just makes image more brighter or more darker. DTMF settings. It's resetting all phone. It's cleaning data. Time and date. One touch dial. And backlight. Let's change backlight maybe. No, we cannot make it longer, so let's leave it with 20 seconds. Personalize. It's a settings which allows to align main menu, align these keys on main display, changing color style. Let's take a look which color styles are available. Here we see Pacific, Mandarin, Evergreen, Autumn, Dusk, Gray, and that's all. Let's try Autumn style. About keys settings, you can see here for left key we have camera, and for right key we have messages. We can change also these keys, but we will not do this now. Here we can reload our main menu. Also greetings can be changed and wallpaper. Screensaver function also available, but I don't know who uses screensavers on these phones, because this phone has a small battery, and leaving it with a screensaver turned on, it just drains out battery for less than 1 day. So for example, when this phone was new, I think it drains out battery in battery saving mode for I think about a few days. Then with screensaver turned on, it drains much more quicker. And battery saving mode cannot be used with screensaver turned on. It was so even on black and white phones. And even on black and white phones, screensaver drains out battery very quick. So most of people just use it in a sleep mode. Okay. And quick dial. I think you understand that function for dialing numbers fast. Possibly with a one key. Okay, let's go back. Initial setup. It's a section where main settings are done. We see them already. Network. Let's take a look. It's about mobile networks and settings of network. Let's take a look at network setup. Type automatic. Which types here? Automatic and manual just. Speed medium, slow, medium, fast, continuous. I don't know what does this settings done. Maybe it's related to some internet, because this phone also has possibilities of internet connection. Available networks. We can scan for available for now networks. Let's take a look. Also, it's possible to make fonts more bigger, to make reading more convenient, but with bigger fonts it's much more harder to read something because display is too small. So if fonts will be bigger, then it will be much less space for reading text. So for now we found 3 networks. First one is unnamed because when this phone was done, there wasn't third operator. So I think first one is for LifeCell, second one is Kyivstar, and UMC it's async for Vodafone. Because that time also in our country Vodafone wasn't available, but that network was called UMC. List of networks, service tone, call drop tone, so nothing interesting here. Car settings, it's for auto answer, I think. And headset, so it's for setting up wired accessories. For example, answering with a pressing button on our headphones or something like this. Phone status, so it's possible to see here our phone number. Also it supports 2 lines on one SIM card. Active line, battery meter, useless function because it just shows not like a 3 bars but like a 6 bars, but it's just always fully convertible to 3 bars. So these 6 bars are increasing and decreasing only by value of 2. I don't know why this function was in all Motorola phones of that time. I also have a Motorola phone with a black and white display, so maybe I also make a review on that phone, and we will see a lot of same functions there. But let's take a look at other information. Here we see Flex version, technology, software version, digital signal processor software version, list of languages, modem availability, browser availability, and call setup. It's for setting up, of course, calls. Security, it's about phone locking, but I think we won't find here anything interesting. Here we can lock a phone, lock a keypad, lock applications. Also a fixed dial is an interesting function in Motorola phones. It's a function which limits a range of numbers which can be used for dialing on this phone. So for example, it's possible to limit phone to use only 10 numbers for dialing, and then it's impossible without knowing unlock code to use other numbers. Of course, pin code changing and passwords. I think we see here most of settings. Here we have a phone book. I don't know, let's take a look. Here we see some numbers. I can press, I think, something wrong. I don't know why view button doesn't work. Here we can make a new, we can edit, delete number, send message. We also can have categories. And we can see capacity of memory for phone book and SIM card memory. And as you can see, here we have icon on center of display, and this icon shows if the menu button is available here. Games and applications, we will watch it later. Datebook, so we can use it as some calendar with some notations, I think. Web sessions, it's for WAP connections. But of course our SIM card is dead, so we cannot connect to internet. Maybe another time I will try to insert a working SIM card and will try to connect, but I don't know if it will work correctly. Calculator, just standard for Motorola devices calculator. Nothing interesting here. Here we have exchange rate for some currencies, so you can use it for quick conversions in calculator, but I don't know, was someone using this function or not. Okay, more. Here we have some functions. Okay, here we have media center, alarm clock, of course, custom menu creation, chat function, messages, fixed dial, live menu, it's from SIM card, web access, Java settings. So it's just menu items which is not placed inside our main menu. Let's look, for example, Java settings. Here we see Java system, network access, and phone book permission, short messages permission, and DNS IP. Here we see that it had some Java with version 1, and we have a little free space. All memory is just about 2 megabytes, or maybe 3. And for applications, free space wasn't so big. Here for now we have 600 kilobytes free, so it's really low free space. Web access, let's select. So here we can go to internet. I don't know why it's not translated. Of course, GPRS network isn't available. No, we won't do data call. Maybe alarm clock also can be interesting. Here we can set up few alarm clocks and we can choose a sound, different sound for different ones. Let's see, in edit, name, time, and alert. We will see all available sounds a little later. And now let's take a look at another functions, media center. Media center, here we can choose our themes. We can see pictures available. For example, here list of pictures. I won't open photographs for now, but let's just take a look at images. You can see how images were looking like on this display. It has a really small resolution, I think 96 by 96, and color space is about 4096 colors. Sounds. Here we can access all available sounds on this phone. It includes also sounds for calls and custom sounds which can be uploaded on phone or even created. That's some sounds which were uploaded. This sound I think is standard. No, it's not standard, it's uploaded because we see that it's MIDI. I think I'll try to record these sounds maybe separately to make it available in better quality. So here we have a big list of available sounds. We will not listen it all now. And the interesting function here is Moto Mixer. We have create mixes. For example, this one I made before recording a video. So how can we make it? Let's select a new Moto Mixer. We can choose one of basic melodies. We have 5 ones available. Let's choose this one. Or maybe this. That's this one. We should choose a name. Let's select random one. And let's mix. So we can see now 4 instruments. For each instrument we can turn it on, select effect, and choose a variation in the last column. It's of course this. Of course, all of these 12 buttons are mapped on our keyboard, and we should in real time press these buttons. So let's press mix, and let's begin, for example, from bass. I don't know why we cannot listen it. I think bass here is too quiet. Okay, let's stop and let's choose another variation of bass. Still no bass, I don't know, maybe this track has empty bass. So let's stop and make some guitar. So all things which we make in real time is recorded. Let's start from beginning and then add drums. Now stop and mix again. And we need to add piano. We can reset some settings if we make something wrong. We can reset each instrument separately. And here also some short help about how to use it. And now, when we press done, this melody will be saved and available for using. Also, there is another way to create any music. Let's go to Sounds, Select. And here we can see, possibly, yeah, here we have a new button. And we create Motomixer or iMelody. Oh, let's try Motomixer. Oh, we still cannot choose another melodies for bass, unfortunately. So, iMelody. iMelody is a way to make a single voice melody, but you can choose your notes manually. So, for example, we can choose any notes we can, and then we can make some unique sound, which can also be used as a call sound. So this function is also interesting, and it was available even on black and white Motorola phones, which wasn't have any MIDI functions, and even which don't have some memory for uploading anything, and even connection to computer. So it's a really old function, but it's still available here. I think we will cancel all what we was typing. And here we have camera available. Let's select our camera. It's still loading. And you can see that it can make some photo. We even can make some changes in settings. We can change light conditions, image style. So we can make color, black and white, bluish, antique, reddish, greenish. Let's take a look how will greenish look like. Yeah. We have a green tint, but I think such settings are a little useless, because quality of image is really bad, and changing tint of photos will make it even worse. See some more settings. Can change exposure, resolution. Okay, resolutions available 160 to 112, 320 and 240, and 640 and 480. It's the biggest resolution for VGA camera. And we can change sound of shutter. Let's try to capture. And we can store it or discard, because it wasn't so many memory on phones of the time, so for each photo. So games category contains 2 games here. Angry Fish, let's try it. In this game we should eat food and fishes that smaller that we are. So you can see food floating. And if we are not eating, then we will lose our size. We see the food meter on the top left of screen. And if we make it full, then of course we are going to next level, or next size, better to say. Let's try. It's not so easy. So let's take a look at another game. We're going to menu and exit. And Skip and Stones game. Skip and Stones game is a logical game. So let's take a look. So here we have a field of stones, and when we skipping some stone, then it disappears. So for example, we wanna skip to center with our selected stone. We press a green button, jump in, and now we're gonna select next stone. Again, pressing button to jump and selecting where we are going to jump. Then we are repeating this action till we will not have only one stone left. And of course, category of ring signals or ring styles. If I found the correct converter, connect my phone to recorder, I think I will try to record all these sounds. But for now I'll just show it on camera. So let's select ring styles. Because we have here a few styles. Like loud ring, soft ring, vibrate and ring, silent. Of course, vibrate and ring is the best one, because then you can select vibrating and sound together. In another way, you can select only vibrating or only sound. Silent, it's a preset for, of course, no sound. Now for selected style, we can choose details. Here we can set up our ring volume. And we can set now signals for different types of calls, text messages and other things. Okay, let's look at the list of available. Silent, without sound, vibe dot, vibe dash. Now sound begins. Many of the sounds are pretty standard, but mono version of these sounds were available on black and white phones, which doesn't support MIDI and polyphonic sounds. But this phone has polyphonic versions. It's I think MIDI sound, which was uploaded because it's longer than 20 seconds. Interesting thing that start and exit sounds are also available for setting as signals. It's our remix. We've also uploaded MIDI, so it's not standard. So as we can see, we have a really lot of sounds here, even with standard set, without uploading. So I think we saw all of available functions of this phone. So if I found a suitable converter to record sounds separately, I think I will make a separate video which will show all available sounds in good quality. But for today that's all. Thank you for your attention, and bye.